Oh, Guillermo. Okay, well, I guess I'll start this thing off. Welcome to Happy Hour! It's the new Shack News Twitch show! It's a talk show about games! We're gonna play games and talk about games. And today, we're playing one game and talking about a different one. We're gonna play Madden and talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, Greg Burke,
Yes.
you're the video editor at Shack News, right?
Yes,
And you reviewed Star Wars Battlefront 2 for us.
I did.
And what'd you think?
Really, it's really fun. I mean, honestly, I think I was the perfect person to review this because I'm not a fan of Star Wars right now, so I went into it with really just, no expectations, and I didn't give it any points for, the hype train, it's Star Wars, it deserves talent. I completely have a neutral take on it. But I really enjoyed, the game. The Frostbite engine looks incredible, first of all. The game just looks amazing.
I'll agree with you. I mean, I played the, was it a beta or a trial or something? One of those preview thingies. I played it on PS4 and it looked really good. You know, it's visually it's impressive, because they have those, the Star Wars, Industrial Light and Magic quality, things. So I think those assets, it's hard to make a game that doesn't look good, right?
No, oh, for sure. I mean, the only thing that bums me out is that, it makes the first game look like a tech demo. You know what I mean? They were trying to get all this stuff that they got right in the second game, but in the first game, it was so shallow and hollow. It was almost like it wasn't done, and they just released it anyway.
I could see that. Yeah, you had mentioned before we went live that people are like, it's a cash grab, it's a cash grab. I mean, that's what they're in the business of making money, right?
Right, but then there's also it's that balancing act, right? It's can you make money and make a good product, or are you just here to make money? One of those. It's that balance in business, especially when you're in a creative business of entertainment. How do we make it this has soul, or is important, and compared to, well, we need to make money too. There's a nice balance, and I think EA just missed that balance. They just didn't understand that. Charge $89.99. I believe strongly that the games should be $20 or $30 more expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe if we did that, we'd stop seeing stupid loot crates and microtransaction bullshit and stuff in games. And I would more than happily pay $30 to get rid of that in our games, because it's becoming more and more prominent. Because game development is getting more and more expensive, and games have not gone up in how many years? I want to say 8 years. They have not gone up from $59.99, which seems a little ridiculous.
I kind of like the opposite of what's going on. Wasn't it, with us, our third guest, or I don't know how, as many people as want to jump into the
Terrible
TeamSpeak.
introduction. Poor Charles.
Charles, just sitting there, not even talking.
I was just waiting.
He was waiting patiently. You reviewed this game earlier this year. It's called Hellblade: Sensua's Sacrifice, right? And
Sure.
it's a $30 game, right?
Yes, it is.
And it was this miniature AAA kind of style of development is what they were talking about. Oh, we got...
Yeah, they called it a AA or AAA indie is what the developers called it.
Joining in on Happy Hour is our good buddy Chris Gerard. How you feeling, man? Are you doing okay?
I'm on muscle relaxers.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like I said, this is Happy Hour. It's after hours at Shack News. When Fred Flintstone, when he was heading out for the day. This is after that. So we're all gonna be a little loosey goosey with this. We're playing Madden. We're talking about Star Wars.
I'm still on the clock for another hour and a half.
Well,
We're never off the clock.
oh yeah, technically you're never off the clock at Shack News.
I'm never off the clock.
Get back to work. But yeah, what Hellblade was a high quality AAA light sort of title, right? It wasn't
Dark Souls-esque, right? Dark Souls.
I mean,
No, not.
it's not about Dark Souls. Not everything's about making it Dark Souls. It's just about they didn't spend $200 million developing a game. They spent 30 or whatever.
Yeah,
That face tech looked like $200 million though.
That's what I'm saying.
To be
Is
fair,
that
190 million was licensing fees from Disney, so it was a $10 million game.
that's what I'm saying. Is that when you make a game and you don't have these like $200 million expectations, and you can make it $30. I don't think. I agree with you, Greg. Like, if they could make it $80, I think. I can't remember. There's another review we ran earlier this year where we said the same thing. If you could just make the game more expensive without the microtransactions, it would have been better. But
it would be better. I think it'd be better to us because we were looking at the bigger picture. But I think sticker shock for consumers, like average consumers, would set in at that point. Going in to look at the game and seeing that they're $80.
yeah,
But here's the thing though with that though is that, like Angry Joe goes on like tangents about this all the time, but it's just like how long can games be $60? Like
Oh, they
they've been
definitely
$60 for so long. I mean, like in this inflation they should have gone up, but they didn't, and then it's part of the reason we're in the situation we are.
I don't know. I feel like there's room for the developers to adjust to the downside on development costs. It's not just all on us as consumers footing the bill. It's like if a game's gonna cost however much to make, and they need to price it with these various loot boxes and stuff. We'll get into that in a second. But if they need to do that, why not make a different game without these licenses? Or like a perfect example is we were streaming Need for Speed last week. We got flagged for copyright, right? If you're EA, maybe don't pay the 80, I don't know, however much money you're paying to these these people for music rights, because then like you're only getting the music rights to be played in the game. No one who's streaming it can use it. Everyone gets flagged.
Right.
It's like there are these little things that I think games are doing now that are just become standard operating procedure, but they're not really adding any value. It's like I feel like, and doing business with Disney is one of those things, Greg. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said that. Just the price to even make a Star Wars game was probably prohibitive enough to make them have to force them to do these kinds of microtransaction decisions. But yeah, it's like when we were working on the review today together, and it's hard to look at this game at 60 with the progression mechanic and be like, yeah, it's worth buying. And I was on another podcast probably a month or so ago. Oh shit, I'm about to get sacked.
Bill said that like games are $80 in Canada and are more in Australia, but isn't the like minimum wage there higher than the United States, or the
The exchange rate for Canadian money to our money equals out roughly to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like they're the same, right? Yeah.
Well, Australian people are getting screwed, like, on top of that, too.
Yeah, but that's
It's beyond exchange rate for them.
I think that's on the publishers. But yeah, I think there's more to it than, oh my god, are you serious? Newhouse? Really? It's gonna be this kind of game, huh? Charles is enjoying himself. He's out for vengeance today, guys.
As far as cost of games goes, I've fallen in love with Assassin's Creed Origins, or whatever it's called, this fall.
That's
I
oranges.
love playing the game, but there was no need for Ubisoft to spend the amount of money they did recreating Egypt and Rome and Greece down to the individual pebble the way they did, as magnificent as it is in game. I don't know that really taking the time and years it did to do all that at that incredible level of detail really served to make the game better. I mean, it couldn't have been cheap.
The whole thing about like that is that the most expensive thing about making a game is building it from scratch. If you don't already have an engine or don't already have a baseline, and the problem is they had to build off the Assassin's Creed engine for so long, and they finally needed to just restart it and build from scratch again. That's what they told me. I mean, they built this from the ground up. Like this was a whole new, same engine, just had to build it. Starting with nothing. Where like instead of building on top of the Assassin's Creed foundation that they have been for the last 10 years.
I'm sure the assets might have been all new, but it's definitely running the same engine and all the stuff as the last 2 games.
It was less clunky than past Assassin's Creed. It was a lot more fluid. That's what I like about it. It's not like so like.
Oh my god! Oh,
Oh,
I can't. This is
it's gonna be bad.
Riverboat Ron. Ugh. Okay.
Why aren't you playing the Browns?
Because they're really bad, Greg.
He wants a
No,
chance.
no, he no. Charles specifically wanted a rematch. This was the game. It was Raiders versus Panthers, right? You have to remember, I was losing for most of that game. Oh, this is a rematch of our Extra Life matchup. You weren't there, Greg, because you hate the kids, clearly.
No, BlizzCon hates kids, remember? That's the rule.
I know, you'll never participate in an Extra Life, and I'll never participate in a BlizzCon. Unless we change our game data.
I haven't seen Star Wars since the beta. Did they fix the PC version?
Or no, I don't getting it on PC. I got it on Xbox. From what I've seen, like on gameplay, it looks,
last week we discussed some of the trades
I
that
haven't heard
happened.
anything about
Jay did look pretty good in a Philly uniform. Long
bugs or anything on the
touchdown
PC.
run.
Boy, they really made a great
I don't know. We've had a lot of really wonky PC launches lately, so it's hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm sure it runs okay.
It's been like blocked, right? Because it used to be not priority, and then the past 10 years or so, started shifting priority to console. So,
I feel like it's been on console for the past 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole priority thing, right? It seems like it's been longer.
Well, in my experience back with the first Battlefront, so my group of friends on the Shag, we played Shag Battles every Thursday night for years and years and years, and usually the Battlefield games were what we did. And all of us were hyped for Battlefront because, you know, Star Wars.
Wait,
using the same
are you
stuff.
seeing this bug?
Yes, I am.
I'm not lined up under center here. Look at this.
Can you snap it?
I'm afraid to. What's
You might not
gonna
want to.
What's gonna happen?
Time out.
I'm not gonna call timeout. It's 3 minutes in the first quarter. 4 minutes. I'm gonna hike it. I'm just gonna see what happens here, okay?
Good luck.
Ha!
Wow.
What?
Oh,
Come on! Okay, this is bullshit. I'm calling shenanigans here. Charles called his, he clearly called his uncle at EA before this game. Had them change the netcode. I did have to update before this started. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but that was...
I just love how we're playing we couldn't get farther away from Star Wars. Talking about Star Wars playing that.
I don't know. The digital coaches in this game look like they belong in a Star Wars bar.
You like that interception there, Charles?
that was nice. I was
This is just something to watch while we talk about stuff, Greg.
What really makes me mad, what really makes me upset is that, like, I mean, as a game journalist, you go and you travel and you go to events and you meet these devs, producers, engineers, and, like, they work hard, you know, they want you to have a good experience with their game. And it makes me so frustrating that the business side of EA and or Disney affected the game so negatively that it's going to start getting penalized for it. And I think that's unfair to the devs that work really hard at DICE to make this great game. And its core is a fun game. I mean, it's not a bad game at all. It's really fun. A huge improvement over the first one.
I
Yeah,
have a question for the specific problem I had with the first game. Like I mentioned before, we used to play Battlefield all the time, the big groups. And the first Battlefront game seemed to go out of its way to make it as hard as possible for a group to play with each other, get grouped up, partied up, things like that. I don't know if it's any better now in the second one where you can take a group of more than 4 people and have any sort of organized games or play with each other.
yeah, because
Well, I don't have 4 friends, so it was hard, but
Did you pretend?
they
Correct.
bring back squads, so like you do spawn in a squad of 4? I think it's 4.
what about in the 20v20 thing?
Like whenever you spawn every 10 seconds or whatever. There's a 10-second
Oh,
timer,
so
and then
it's a lot like Battlefield where you have squads, okay.
yeah, and you're grouped together.
Got
and
it.
It might be 5 because that maybe 4 squads of 5 would be 20. So I think that's how that works.
The issue we had is we
I think you still group and play. I just don't think you'll be able to spawn with the same squad. You'll probably be in another squad, have to spawn somewhere else on the map.
Okay.
the problem we had was we always had a group of around 30-ish people each week, and we always got in the games. And for a long time, we just paid for our own servers, so we knew we could play together, whatever. And then starting with Battlefront, we couldn't ever get to play with each other. And then Battlefield 1 seemed to adopt the same party system where it was held down to a small squad. We could never get into the same match with each other. And the server rental options never came on for that game until months after it was out, and you still couldn't pick what you wanted to do. There were no admin tools. You couldn't kick people that were being douches or whatever. I didn't know if they had fixed that for the new Star Wars, or they just kept going the opposite direction away from what we would have wanted.
That sounds like it'd be like a low priority on EA, like the custom server 30 squad compatibility thing. It's because
we used to get it all the time. They just kind of took it away from us.
Oh my god.
we've been seeing that more in like a lot of online shooters, like the options are getting
Sure.
I asked the dev what's the question off camera for it, but the question he hates the most is being asked as like a developer, and he goes when some asshole talks about the FOV slider. He hates that shit. He's like, as a graphic engineer, I hate that question. He's like, yes, we realize that it's important, but it's not a top priority to like get the FOV slider working at all the the top 5% of people that have a computer that can control it, very well.
But like in a first-person shooter, that seems like I don't know.
Makes your users get visually, or not visually, but you get ill. Like it's hard for me to play.
Yeah.
If the thing is constrained down to the point where it causes headaches or even worse.
That seems like a big thing to pay attention to if you're developing an FPS.
That goes back to them only developing the console for someone testing the game sitting at the couch.
Exactly.
From the screen.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah. Because that's I wonder if it's a piracy thing. I think it has to do with piracy. The way things that come out on console first and don't get on PC until months later because they want everyone to buy it on console first.
The console versions always way outsell the PC anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Greg, you're saying how this is kind of a weird game to be playing, but both games are made by EA, and this is a game that doesn't even support PC. They've completely erased Madden for PC. It's like it never existed.
I think they're worried about piracy. It has to be these. It has to be.
They're worried about people finding a game they like and sticking with it for more than 8 months.
Yeah. I think it's more that than anything.
They put out FIFA on PC, and it gets pirated the same as any other game.
Mm-hmm. So what
they sell those card packs on the PC version of FIFA with no issue. And they've even moved the Madden game to Frostbite this year, so it's already on an engine that works well on PC.
Remember when like other studios could make like football games and Star Wars games? Now it's just like EA's not allowed to do anything because they have the exclusive license because they have millions of dollars to do it.
Nice field goal attempt there, Charles.
In 2004 with ESP and 2K5.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, Greg. Yeah, it was nice when there was choice. There isn't anymore, so we don't get any kind of. I guess the only football game we have on PC this year is Mutant Football League.
And it's not that bad.
Oh, that's pretty good. Have you played? My team is in there. They're called the Cleveland Burns.
Oh man, they're gonna be the Steamland Cleavers.
No, it's not the Steamland Cleavers because it didn't get past. It went all the way through to they had like a press release about my team name being called the Steamland Cleavers, and then they had to retract it.
Yeah, it's because some do-goody on Twitter threw a fit, I bet.
Yeah, or just probably someone pointed out.
I've heard that Xbox's their approval process is very like anti-dirty anything. I had a friend who worked on a game once and they had to redesign a bunch of these bushes because this is Xbox. Microsoft said they look like penises, so they had to redraw the bushes. But like it's weird, right? Like that's priority. It's like violence. Oh, mass violence. Oh, that's fine. Someone getting their head off, that's fine. But of course, it looks like a penis. We have to change that immediately. If we have our priorities back after this country is putting out.
That's pretty true.
But like, I want to talk about the space combat in the game because the space combat was done by Criterion, which is the studio that did the Need for Speed games. And
you mean the husk of the old Burnout developers?
Yeah, basically. I mean, if you play the space combat, it's incredible. Like, I almost feel it could be a game by itself. Like, it feels like how Rogue Squadron.
Exactly. When you said that,
that type of a game.
When you said that in the review,
5 games.
Yeah, I was like screaming at.
Really solid. Like, it feels like it doesn't feel out of place either, which is kind of which is really hard to do when two teams are making a game and one's in space and one's on the ground. But like, you can pretty much jump into either or and get acquainted pretty quickly for how it works. I mean, don't get me wrong, the flying is going to be really hard to master, but if they give you the tools to master it, if you're good at it, you're never going to get hit with a photon torpedo, and you're going to be like skimming the surface of Star Destroyers and planets, like dodging, other players. And it's really actually fun to watch.
But Greg, I saw one of your gameplay videos. You actually had a disclaimer. you had a disclaimer for how bad you are. But I think, you know, that's instead of having a Cuphead scenario, right, where Dean Takahashi was getting death threats because he sucked at Cuphead. I think it's better just to be like, I suck at video games, like as a disclaimer, like right before you show them the gameplay. You know, instead of.
That's true. We were probably a couple times away from there is none there. I ran over the coals in Need for Speed when I streamed it.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if that's the game's fault or your fault. Because that game looks like it kind of sucks.
On second down, here's Carr.
Oh, good defense.
Throwing over the
It's
middle,
hard
but
to
it's
say he sucks
incomplete.
because, like,
Jared Cook, the tight end, was the
I
target.
interview so many vets, and like these guys, they give a shit. You know what I mean? Like they're not just there for a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like they actually care.
No, but I think it's like who are we working for as Shaq News? We're not working for the
No,
devs.
Greg, this is like the movie Almost Famous, and you're starting to hang out with the rock stars too much, and you've become their friends.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
You can't be objective.
Exactly, Greg. It's not about that. It's about our readers and giving them a good opinion of what we played. You know, I think that's the delicate balance, and you know that's why you can't be too worried about hurting people's feelings when their game sucks. Like my attitude is just make a better game. You know, I'll say, hey, they made a better game this time.
I do hate seeing the folks on Twitter sending death threats or stuff towards the developers of these games.
Oh my
versus the
God.
publisher,
Yeah, that's
when the publisher is the one that's making the calls and make
Well,
all this stuff awful.
Don't send a death threat to anyone. Just like
Nobody sits down to make a game and like I'm gonna screw these people over. Everybody wants to make the best they can.
And we were talking about
it
this
sucks
in
when they take the heat.
yeah, we were talking about this in general, where this decision to the way that it's being monetized was clearly I can't believe I just missed that. It was clearly like a dollars and cents, like accounting department decision. It wasn't like some gameplay designer at EA was like, "Hey guys, loot crates." It was someone from above that said, "If you don't put loot crates in your game, we're gonna shut down your studio, just like we did Visceral." You know, and like I think that's where. Yeah, you're yelling at the wrong people. You're threatening the wrong people. You shouldn't threaten anyone, but the anger that is definitely present today on the internet shouldn't be... Yeah, it's not cool for a lead dev on this game to have 7 death threats and, like, all these other horrible things. You know, it's sad, and that's... I hate that that's...
The game's a good game. Yeah, cool. It's still a good game.
Yeah, it's like they
Also
didn't...
notice that in these situations, you never see the publisher PR or publisher come and step in and either try to shield or, you know, deflect some of the stuff off developers. They always seem to let them hang in the wind and things like that.
Yeah, it seems very wrong. And, yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was posting... Oh no! Stupid camera switch. That could have been a pick 6 if the camera wasn't horrible.
Cam is gonna get you.
It happens every time I pick you off.
I know.
The wrong way, and I can't figure out why.
We were talking about this on the podcast this week. At what point during the stream did you realize there was a turbo button in Madden?
Probably the 6th game we played against each other.
That's fucking great. Oh man, we had a pretty good laugh about that on the Shack cast this weekend. Yeah, Greg. Pretty good, right? Charity shaming millionaires, Xbox One.
Except for the recap. of my loss.
Well, you know, here you are. Yeah, you
I
guys.
do love how you called out like certain people, like, oh, I guess you guys don't give a shit about kids, but keep your gigantic salaries. That's nice. You know, like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I did on the podcast, Craig. I went very in-depth about CBS Interactive and their $600 million of revenue last year, and their CEO CBS had $69 million in just salary. Yeah, I'll continue to call out rich people. It wasn't about calling out Giant Bomb. Those guys are awesome for doing their stream. I don't know if you guys saw, Rooster Teeth killed it this weekend. They raised like 700,000 or something.
geez, man.
Yeah, so it's like I commend everyone who's volunteering and doing that stuff. Did you call
When
timeout?
Greg got his face torn open on those aluminum steps during the fight.
That was something else. Greg, we won during the extra live stream. We took on some shit posters and won. For the honor.
Yeah, the 2 shit posters said that what you guys did wasn't journalism. You guys formed a team called the Top Tens, and they were called the Standards in Journalism. And y'all had a death match to see who was right.
And
You
you won.
did, seriously?
Yes, and both of you overcame the odds and won.
Fuck yeah, we did.
But your face got torn off.
Oh no.
Yeah, you looked really bad afterwards. His choker was still on.
Yeah, your choker was still on. It looked like someone put strawberry jam all over your face.
You have to go back and watch
Amazing, I
that.
did not know that.
You have to go back and watch it. Although, okay.
Ozzy was the big winner on the weekend. He was the king.
Yeah, he's the background of our Twitter now. When you go to twitter.com/ShackNews, it's Ozzy holding up the belt, the
That's pretty awesome.
bloodied forehead. Yeah, it was fun.
Knock it off.
Uh-oh. Greg's cat is acting up.
No, she wants to go outside, and it's like pouring rain, and I open the door, and she just stares outside and doesn't move. And I'm like, well, you want to go outside in the rain? Then she doesn't move. And
Why don't you send it a death threat on Twitter?
I
Right?
should. Clearly
So you
send
don't
her
have
that
to
later.
That's how you gotta get stuff
I mean,
done.
like, the game's fun. Like, my god, people. I mean,
It's a video game. Don't send death threats over video games. Are you people insane? Yes, but still. Oh my god.
Death threats are better to be sent to the coaches of your NFL team that continues to disappoint you year in and year out.
God, can you imagine how many?
Sorry.
I didn't even notice that. That's funny. Go Ozzy.
I highly recommend getting on the Twitch page and going to watch the video on demand of that particular match. It is
That was
the
outstanding.
most entertaining thing I've
So
ever seen.
Awesome uploaded it, but like the problem is it's blocked worldwide because the music companies have a bitch fit when you play their song in a video game, and they decide to claim it, and you can't do anything about it. And I'm really, because I manage that shit, and I'm really getting tired of it.
He's talking about Twitch, though.
On Twitch, it is on there.
You can still watch it on Twitch, though. You can watch it on Twitch, Greg. It's just
It's
parts.
almost 100% intact,
Yeah,
except
parts.
for some of the entrance music.
Yeah, parts of it are muted, but it's almost intact on Twitch. And I highlighted it there, so you don't have to. We were trying to put it on YouTube. Greg was ranting about YouTube. Sorry.
It was partly my fault for insisting on using all that paid music, but I feel like it added to the atmosphere.
I think it just means that when you do those streams, Chris, they're just gonna have to be live streams. Well, you're going for it? What the hell's wrong with you?
Of course.
Well,
Going
the next
for
time
it?
I do it, I'm going to make a local copy of everything and not be stupid like I was this time.
That's a first down Raiders, right? Oh my god. Wow. That's
Oh, wait, they gave that to me?
no. It's mine. That seems like a dumb play on your part. Just gotta say, like,
The clock was running out. I had no time out.
you could have kicked a field goal. You went to the
Time ran out before.
Hugh Jackson School of Clock Management.
I love the Ron Rivera School of Clock Management. It's horrible.
Charles, do you wear darkened glasses while you play this so you can be like Riverboat Ron?
Shit.
Yeah, we'll get you into it.
So, you know, guys, you're also having like this like DLC content promotional course with The Last Jedi. Like they're doing some weird DLC stuff for that.
No way.
Season of content, I guess.
What is The Last Jedi?
The sequel. It's The Empire Strikes Back from 2008-17.
Okay.
It's the
I'm
second.
not all the way caught up on everything.
So there you go. That's basically what you need to know. They can't think of anything new, so they're just gonna rehash the old movies because they did well, right? So.
No, they bought Star Wars for $4 billion. They're just gonna keep making Star Wars. No, 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 no! I hate you so
It's
much.
possible.
I hate you. You and your friggin' Carolina Panthers.
want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation.
That just happened.
But I do know that all 32
goodness,
teams
dude.
have
Oh,
an
wow,
emphasis
that's
on starting fast, game.
So wait, is Austin
what
the
she
blue
said.
team or the black team?
I'm the
He is
black.
the black and silver team.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm losing.
Go sports.
They're going to be in Las Vegas next season.
Do you think Beast Mode will make it, or is he just done?
I think it's done. Once the
No.
team open, like,
So here comes the Raiders.
Yeah,
I
he
hope he
like,
just focuses on his Facebook TV show.
yeah, honestly, that's what he should do.
Does
Everybody
anybody
spends
in
more
this
time with
stream,
Conan.
does anyone in this chat room or stream have any questions about the Star Wars game at all? Like any concerns or anyone who hasn't played it yet or played the beta or even
I
saw
think
anything?
Bill
or
is
read
the only
anything?
one that's talking in chat.
Yeah, it seems like it's just Bill. And
I'll talk to Bill, I don't care.
Bill's main complaints are about being Canadian and not being able to afford the game because they have a
I
petro
mean, Canadians also have better health care than we do, and they get subsidized Captain Crunch.
And he doesn't have Trump. That's another plus.
Yeah, Trudeau's like super like nice and elegant. Seems like a nice guy.
Well, why don't you marry him?
I think he's married. But you could probably do that in Canada too. Holy cow, Greg. Keyboard is on his mind.
That's not mine. I think that's Charles or Chris. I think it's Chris.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it.
But
You know,
just
Third quarter, no time to panic.
Someone typed really loud.
Oh, that's
Yep. Rumpa let us know. Trudeau is married. Of course, all the good ones.
Run a few different plays, but stay with the overall
And Trump.
essence of the running game.
But yeah, enough about Trump. Oh god. Oh, no. That's
intentional.
So I'm honestly surprised more people aren't upset about the campaign because I feel like the campaign was false advertised like throughout the entire marketing.
yeah, mild spoilers here, but
Yeah, so if you're one of those people who like has to not be spoiled anything about Star Wars campaign, which is amusingly 5 hours long, just mute this for the next like 60 seconds or so. So, in the marketing campaign, they kept saying, "Oh yeah, well this is an interesting story because the Empire, from the Empire's perspective, you play as an Empire soldier. You're gonna see all these cool things." And it was like, after 2 missions, you immediately join the Rebels. So it was a lot. Like it's not the Empire's perspective. You literally join the Rebels, and then for the remainder of their game, you're fighting Empire. Which I don't even know how that's a spoiler. I knew that was going to happen the second I opened up. Like I was thinking they joined the Rebels. And
He's going to get this one down right to the edge.
he's saying turn your mic up, Greg.
I don't want to like have it be all blown out and weird.
Yeah, I can turn up Greg's sound.
Turn up the radio.
It turns up all you guys though, so whatever.
I just don't wanna be. He's really angry.
The cat?
Yep. He's sitting here looking at me with her ears back. He's like, "You didn't let me outside yet. I'm very mad."
Oh, that's what happens. That's
You're
right.
gonna
It's
get your
raining.
quarterback
He thinks
killed.
like, "Oh, it'll stop raining the second he opens the door again." And then I open it, she just looks outside. He's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Okay." Does Lola do that? Does Lola do the open the door? Like, "Go, Lola, go potty." She's like,
No.
"Nope."
She's more of a cat than your cat is.
Give him 4 on the carry there at second and
She's got little pads that she keeps on.
Little pea pads.
She couldn't handle herself out in the wilderness of Ohio, man. She'd get eaten in like a day in my backyard.
Wilderness of Ohio, where you have snow and you're like freezing. I have no idea how you're living out there right now.
Pretty easy, man. Just layer. Just wear more
Wasn't it
clothing.
like you said it was like below freezing or something like a couple days ago?
Yeah, it's 21 degrees.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's 45 here right now, and we're like
Might as well
dying.
be Antarctica.
It's 72 here.
Yeah, 2-score games.
Yeah,
second half,
it's
you're
pleasant
down here.
in
This is the time
November.
to get in the end zone.
Talk to me,
Feels like the
talk
best
to me
thing
in
about
July,
Star
Charles,
Trek
about how
campaign
great
is
the
that I
weather in
got
San
through it quickly.
Antonio is in July. That's what I want to hear you.
It's a nippy 63 here right now.
I'd love to hear Charles' hot takes on the weather in San Antonio, like July 30th. Oh, that's great. It's only 110.
It's
I'm
the
gonna
surface
abandon
of the
shit.
sun right now in San Antonio, Texas.
From the gun, it's Cole.
Ah!
Yeah.
At least it's a drag.
That's
Back at the 11-yard line.
Apparently, I suck. Well, at least Bill got through the campaign quickly, that's what he said, because it was a short campaign.
You know what
And I thought it
sucks?
was funny.
Craig sucks.
I do
That's-
suck.
that's
I mean,
what-
I'm just everyone hate. I hate everything. Also, can attest to this. I don't like anything.
Except you liked Battlefront a little.
I did like Battlefront. I mean,
little.
it's
There's
a good
nothing wrong
game.
with liking what you like.
That's why I think like my review carries a little more weight because I'm not Star Wars fan and I'm not a fanboy, so like I come at it with completely neutral perspective on the franchise, which doesn't work, doesn't not work, and that's what I try to do with most games. However, if Austin ever gives me a sports game to review, I'm going to be completely lost.
May I ask what you are a fanboy of?
It's like a key, and you got to get it to the other side of the field where you unlock a door. I can't. I'm trying to give like fantasy analogies to how sports works.
It's not that hard, man. If a bunch
Get
of
the ball
people,
in the hole, right? That's
there's no hole in football. What are you talking about? Oh man, so much to teach you. But yeah, it's 14-7 now, Charles. What do you have to say about that?
Still winning.
Yeah, but not by 2 touchdowns and not shutting me out anymore. I thought you had the vaunted Carolina Panthers #1 defense in your butt, like whatever they're called.
What's funny about sports games? I went to a hockey it was kind of like an e-sport event. It wasn't official, but I went there I went to an e-sport event years ago. It was like NHL 14 or 13 or whatever, and everyone was the San Jose Sharks. Like literally, you walk around the playing floor, and it was the San Jose Sharks versus the San Jose Sharks. That's all it was.
Was that the only team available?
It was the best. It was the team with the best stats in the game. So everyone just played San Jose Sharks versus San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
Typically, year to year, they always do demos with the teams that were in the title game the previous season.
Yeah.
Right, and then I guess I'm not a big hockey guy, but I guess I know Bill is. But I know the San Jose Sharks choke in the playoffs every year. They're like the best team. They get to the playoffs and they lose. Bill can back me up on that, right, Bill?
Resident Canadian. I don't know, he's still complaining about how cold it is in Canada.
It just have to do with snow, dude. We in California, when it rains, we flip out and we don't know what to do. And I have no idea if it started to snow here, what people would do,
Bill is dropping hockey knowledge in chat right now. What is this?
I've actually seen snow in real life.
Jim Brown, aka McCaffrey over here. Unstoppable. Such BS.
If he's like his dad, his shin may be weak if you hit him there.
The San Jose Sharks have never been the best team, ever. This is why you don't have hockey esports outside of hockey. Jeez, they suck. No. Yeah, Bill is offended by your hockey knowledge.
Problem with California is we only give a shit about hockey if the Kings or the Ducks are winning. Other than that, we don't care.
Yeah.
That's the honest to God truth.
Still not sure they care then.
I don't understand how California has, 3, 4 hockey teams?
It might be the 50 million people that live there.
And then
What I think-
Cleveland
what I
has
think
0?
We've been at E3. I think Austin was there for one of the E3. I was at E3 one year for the NBA finals and for
And the
the
NHL
hockey
finals,
finals. And the community for both those sports are night and day.
It was just miserable. Downtown LA was
Get
horrible.
inside your
That.
fucking house when they won because your car was gonna get flipped over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
it was
Kings
bad.
fans are crazy. But yeah, it was.
They won and they were flipping cars. It was like, what? You won? They were rioting.
You earn the right to flip the cars if you win. That's the whole.
It was funny when the Cavs won. We were expecting a riot, and there wasn't one because no one in Ohio knew what to do because we had never won. Or I guess.
So what about the end of Major League? You guys won there.
Yeah, but then we went on to lose in the World Series. They don't even show that part. The whole thing with the Major League was that we beat the Yankees, but we still lost in the World
It
Series.
is true.
Yeah, so
And then eventually you went back to the minors.
sure did. That was the worst one. Okay, Charles, how you feel about your 10-point lead?
I'm feeling confident.
It'd be a shame if someone ruined this 10-point lead, wouldn't it?
Would indeed be a shame, but you don't have your cheerleader here currently. So.
I know, Bad Kitty, she's probably still at work, man. She lives in Hawaii.
If this was Mutant Football League, Asif could call a play where he could intentionally give a concussion to Kuechly.
Hey, Austin, are you playing on the Xbox One X right now, or PlayStation?
This is on PlayStation. Charles has it on PS4. Charles, you don't have an Xbox, right?
No, I am no
Gross.
So I'm actually curious because a lot of the marketing materials has all this impressive information about the console, but I don't see the word 60 frames per second anywhere in any of the marketing. So is it just a 4K thing?
No,
and
there's
60 frames per second.
There's
There,
60
there's
FPS.
some 60.
Sometimes it does, but mostly not. At least on the PS4 Pro.
I know in the PS4 ports, they cleared it up in a press release. It's one or the other, so it's 4K at 30 or 1080 at 60.
It is definitely not 1080 at 60. I mean, they could say that, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
stay
really wish they
there.
would've focused on
It was
60
time to make a
instead of
break
4K,
for it.
but-
some of the
optimization is so
cutscenes
good
drop
on those
way below
consoles.
30.
You know, the optimization is so good on those damn consoles that, like, until you actually put a PC next to an Xbox and play them both simultaneously, it's very hard to see a difference.
At
least for me, anyway.
Best
Well, I'm
sports
actually
movie.
planning on doing a bit of a feature on that later. I picked up my first console in like 12 years. I got a PS4 Pro a couple months back, and I was gonna write up my impressions of having used the computer forever and then picking up the PS4. But in my experience, except for Naughty Dog games, almost everything seems to be a stuttery mess.
I did experience some slowdown, I didn't mention this, but I did experience some slowdown in Battlefront 2 when there were, like, multiple explosions happening, which was rare. Like, like 4 people threw a thermal detonator, and
Yeah,
exploded.
that's normal.
Like,
Multiplayer
yeah.
is very taxing on the CPU.
That might be game.
It'll happen on the PC version as well. A 64-man map in Battlefield 1 that can get crazy.
I should have been the Browns. Greg.
yeah, why do I told you, I don't understand why you're not the orange team. You're usually always the orange team.
I know. Because they're really, really bad this year.
They're
Like,
really bad. Doesn't matter if they're bad, that's your team.
yeah, no. They're super bad. It's like,
If my dad in sports has taught me anything, which they haven't, it's that you always need to stay at the team that you were raised with.
yeah. That's not true of Madden. I think.
It is for
So wait, like, you've always been a Panthers fan?
always. I used them in their second year.
Well, there's times where my friends want to have fun. So, like, am I supposed to play with the Browns? Sweet.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
This is just ugly now. I might as well be the Browns, though, losing
Who
24 to...
reviewed Austin, are you reviewing the Xbox One X? You reviewed that.
I'm reviewing it. And the reason I haven't filed a review yet is I'm still figuring out why it exists.
Well, because
I don't get it. I don't get it, Greg.
Vanity concept.
It's the weirdest thing. It's a superlative that has no reason to exist. It's like, yeah, it's the best hardware.
It's a dedicated Sea of Thieves machine.
Yeah, which isn't out yet.
not till 2018. Hey, Austin, remember the heater that heated your home and like crunched server numbers?
Yeah, I do remember that thing.
You remember that stupid thing?
That
It's
was...
like, yeah, it heats your house, and we just eat up your bandwidth, and it heats your house. You're like, what?
It was a... Yeah, it was like a furnace that you plug into the internet, and it heats your house, and it uses your bandwidth for cloud computing.
Yeah, and they
This is at
take the
CES.
electricity that it uses, which is so minimal. Like, it doesn't even matter.
Like, Greg was baffled that I continued to talk to this person. I was just like, why does this exist? This is so, like, people buy this? And apparently, somebody did. But yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I want an Xbox One. I really do, but I'd only want it if it's gonna give me 60 frames per second on 1080. That's all I really care about. If it can't do that, then
It depends on the game, from what I've seen. I don't want to just speak off the cuff. There's a list of different compatibility features. So some games will give you 60 FPS, but not a whole lot.
Digital Foundry has a lot of good videos on the technical side of how things have been going with some of the software they were testing.
And also some comparative stuff between PS4 Pro and Xbox One X.
Yeah, I watched all of their stuff on Ass Orgy or whatever it's called, and it was really well done. It turns out their Xbox E3 demo was not really running on the Xbox. Surprise.
Well, it's got to be a pain for developers too, right? 'Cause now you have to optimize for two systems instead of just Xbox One. You have to optimize for Xbox One and Xbox One X now. You know what I mean? So it's more dev time.
They're already doing it for the PS4 Pro. I think there won't be any differences between the Pro and the Xbox One X on third-party stuff.
I think I threw over the line of scrimmage here.
You did.
Illegal forward pass. You gotta give me some credit for even getting that penalty.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. Strive for
You
greatness.
came really close to doing that earlier.
Is this particular matchup for the belt? The belt's about to change hands.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Sadly. This will be the first time Charles has had the belt.
He's got his tight end on the corner route.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
complete. 17 yards on the pickup there.
It was kind of a
Funny, 'cause
miracle.
I don't
as
game
well.
on PC, or I don't really game on PC.
Yeah.
I'm at a PC all fucking day. I don't want to be. I want to after I'm done, which I'm never done. I want to go somewhere else other than my PC.
And he'll be knocked down sideways.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need to get a more comfortable chair.
That's what I've been saying. I hate this argument from Greg. I work on my PC. I don't play games on it. I'm like, but your PC's a beast. You can play like.
Yeah, why don't you do things on the PC?
That's what
Because I'm
saying.
at it all day, man. I'm at it from like 9 in the morning to like 9 at night, and I'm just like, I need to get up and move
For the connection
or else
with
it'll be
Devin
out.
Funchess.
That is a good point.
I understand that. I guess that's what the Switch is for.
It's like, I said, why are you streaming on Mixer?
Yeah. His
What did it
wife
say?
his
You
wife
know
was
what?
giving
I
him
had, like,
grief on.
19 people watching me. If I would have streamed on Twitch, I'd have like 2 people watching me.
They have 161 viewers right now.
Quickly once more.
Oh yeah. How many did you have on Mixer? 6?
Wait, you want me to play? I'll play. Well, I didn't. I was gonna. I just did it on my channel, not on the Shaq News channel.
Dude, you can do whatever you want on the Shaq News channel.
No, I can't because last time I did, I got yelled at, so now I'm nervous.
Throwing on third down.
That was a different time.
I remember that we had
What did you
we had to
do?
break out the conference call over the streaming.
He didn't have Shaq branding or something.
So it was oh my god, it was the most like it was just like I'll never stream again. That's basically what it came down to after that call. Never doing it again.
Yeah, now that you can actually stream at night, and not get yelled at. Yeah, you should.
True.
What were you streaming? WoW?
I was streaming WoW with an Xbox One controller.
What a time to be alive.
I'm thinking about doing a clickbaity stream being like WoW on Xbox One X and just like pretending it's on the Xbox One X.
5 yards
Don't
is
do
the
that.
tally on
Definitely
third
do that
down.
on Mixer. If you're gonna do that,
No wonder you don't like PC gaming if you're playing WoW.
Defense, you're down fourth quarter. Looking
Yeah,
like
and on top of that, I play WoW with a controller.
Got
and I'm like,
him.
Why? And I'm like, because I hate the fucking keyboard.
Every coach
I
we've
hate
ever
it.
talked to
Oh my
says
goodness.
body language is important. And now
I
you're seeing
can
guys with
understand getting
hands on
tired of
their
playing
hips,
games on
they're bent
keyboard.
over, hands on their knees.
I
Offensive
understand.
guys are just saying,
I use my controller a whole bunch now on my PC. Of course, it's way better than it used to be with compatibility and all that, but
yeah.
I'll probably say almost 60% of the stuff I play now is controller.
Do you play PUBG with controller?
Absolutely not. I'm not crazy.
I'm wondering how that's gonna
It's
transfer.
a superior control method, but it's just
It's going to transfer, and it's going to be 2 different player pools. There's no way it's going to be crossplay.
Yeah.
The mouse people would just murder.
Yeah, I'm just running up the score.
You really are. You could have just taken a knee. From the honorable
take a
thing.
knee. See, if football games were only 20 minutes long, I would watch them. But they're not. They're like 6 hours long.
They're not
Yeah, speaking of, I'm about to go watch. a football game,
is
and
not
I'm
happy
wearing my
about this
Panthers
score
right
this
now.
late.
Oh, I forgot you guys are playing
This is
tonight.
Madden, isn't it?
Yep.
It's
So you
Monday?
guys, you
Oh,
got,
Monday.
you guys see up there.
I mean, what does it matter? These
Are you
guys
ready
are
for the
playing in this game.
football?
For the football. Oh, great.
They say?
Are you ready for the football?
It's almost as good as Hank Williams Jr.
It'll bring it back to just about the 25 to the 24-yard line.
I don't have that theme anymore. I used to like that theme. Dun 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 dun.
Oh my
They
goodness.
still have that theme.
I'm still stuck on. Are you ready for the football?
Coaches want to. I remember
Someone
one
used to
time I
say
was on
that,
team,
yell it when I was
No,
little.
no one ever said that.
it was over, right?
Ever.
Said that.
Ever.
Yeah, that was
Like,
exactly
on
what Hank
National
Williams Jr.
television
said.
team or something.
It was, are you ready for some football, not the
No,
football.
he said and it's time for the Monday night party.
It's time for the Monday night party.
I thought it was the football.
He's gonna let it fly.
All my rowdy friends are coming over for the football night.
I would say good game, but it wasn't.
It was not.
Charles, it's great.
But
Whoever's controlling David Carr is garbage.
On the road.
me,
It's a little extra.
Derek Carr. It was Derek Carr.
Whatever, baby David Carr.
David Carr is. I don't know what he does now. Probably sells cars.
You know, David Carr had to die for this to be a possibility.
This is true.
This is sad.
Also, they should let Jack Del Rio wear a suit like he wants to. The NFL's the no fun league.
You can't wear suits anymore?
There was that one year where he and when Nolan was the coach of the 49ers
Yeah.
for that 1 year span, they wore suits like one week, and they were just like, I think it was Nike or somebody, whoever was in charge of the coach apparel, was like, yeah, maybe not. You should go back to wearing our stuff.
Oh, that's right.
And then they had a thing where they were granted an exemption where they could wear a suit 1 week out of the 17 weeks or something. I thought it looked snazzy though.
Yeah.
I only remember Del Rio and Nolan being the ones that took him up on it.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson wouldn't do that.
And this has been a presentation of the
97 yards
NFL
rushing,
Sports
mainly by
Bowl.
Derek Carr.
Check us out at esports.com.
So
From Oakland, we
you have the belt
Why do
now.
we measure football? Why do we measure football in the metric system, but everything else?
We don't measure in the...
There's nothing metric about this,
What are you
Greg.
talking about? Metric system. Inches? Feet? Have you been watching?
Yeah,
Yards?
Why do we say yards? Why can't we just say feet?
Yards aren't metric!
That yards from oh, that's California
Dude,
Public Schools
Orange
for you
County
right there.
Public... Like, who is the superintendent of your public school district? I gotta go and just punch him in the
California has
face.
shitty schools, man.
High taxes and crappy schools.
I'm from the South. I've seen some garbage schools.
Dude, Asif's read my reviews. I took advanced English in high school, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty sure Charles has lived in Alabama.
Yeah,
Somewhere
it's mine
close.
cold down there.
I can't.
Bama.
Alabama's really making the nation proud this past week.
Are you ready for the football? Oh, my
Are you
goodness.
ready for the football?
That should be the title for the next football stream you do.
Are you ready for the football?
Are you ready for the football?
Yeah, we could do
That's
that.
what it was.
This was called Happy Hour, Star Wars Battlefront 2 Hot Takes.
Just get a picture of Brian Bosworth and his Zubas and then Photoshop Greg's face on it.
This all sounds great. I'm down.
There's a ton of me flying around.
I wish that Zubas were still popular.
Yeah, it's sad.
I still love the meme that Asif made where it's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh, the me asking Carmack a question at Oculus Connect? Yeah, that's pretty solid.
And then everything just like, it just blew up. The internet blew up. And I think everyone on staff made a meme.
Yeah, it was like, I think I had 30 memes ready to go for that. I didn't create a single one, but it's always nice. It was nice because now I don't have to use Best Frank Firefly as much. The one where I'm sad at the Indians game. You know, bomb the 9th World Series. So yeah, these stats are pretty horrendous. 3 turnovers to Charles with 2. He beat the crap on me on total yards. That... Wait, go ahead.
Send me the Xbox One X. I'll unbox it and review it.
I already unboxed it.
Well, just carefully put it back in.
I unbox things like a frickin' animal.
Oh, man!
Guys, welcome to the unboxing of the Xbox One the X.
Yeah, the Xbox One, the X.
The X.
It's a fine console. I will...
Pretty.
What I like about it is that they got rid... It's not dumb, but they got rid of the power brick. So it's part
Also
of...
got rid of games.
I
That's
think,
good.
I think-
Less clutter.
Yeah, less clutter. It fits in your like home theater area.
The E3
Yeah,
show
that's
for them next June is going to be crucial.
I agree. They have to. There's this year's E3 was, hey, we're delaying some stuff. Next year's E3 better be like, here's those things that we were delaying and more.
And we uncanceled things.
Yeah, here's Scalebound or this is what I
Dungeon
said.
Frenzy 2.
Whoa, this is what I said on the Shackcast was that I really think they need to go out and buy some developers and bring some things exclusive. There's a lot of, like you saw Respawn get acquired by EA. That was $300 million. They could do that easily. Stuff like that, I think, needs to...
It was over 400.
No. It was $300 million, and with $140 million that was based on a contingency that's based on performance. So you can't... Just because it's there doesn't mean you can just say it was $400 million. I saw a lot of other websites say that. And I'm...
It says 300 million.
According to Shack News, because I can read. But yeah...
That's the most accredited site right now, because we're the only company that doesn't harass our coworkers, apparently.
Yeah, right? Jeez. Don't harass people. It's not hard.
It's so simple.
Don't shoot people. Don't harass people. It's like very simple things in 2017 that people can't seem to do. And it's not just this year. It's a lot of these things, especially if you're talking about the IGN stuff. Yeah, that had been going on for years by the time Kaylee had left. So it's just, yeah, I don't even know, man. That's just a whole other mess. But screw Cam Newton. I hope he loses tonight. He's the worst. He's got stupid hats.
Carl is bragging on Twitter about his victory over you, Asif.
Is he already tweeting about it?
Of course.
Oh yeah, he's like already tweeted at
At least I
hashtag PS4 share.
waited to celebrate this time.
Yeah, you learned.
I waited.
You learned from last week when you're sitting there reading Twitter with, what was it, 15 seconds left? You're like, hey, did you know Facebook has 60 million fake users? I'm like, oh really? Boom, win.
Touchdown.
That's nice. No, this is a little different.
The thing I don't get about the EA acquire Respawn Entertainment is I thought Titanfall 2 was financially a disappointment, so how did they sell their company for that much?
Credit
Was
goes
it
to...
disappointment?
Yes! Oh, gotta be. It sold way worse than... it launched the same time as COD and Battlefield. And if you just look at their... If you look at their active users, like their player base, it was very lawbreakery.
Someone tweeted their conspiracy theory that EA kind of did that on purpose so they could buy them cheaper.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was going to be 500 million. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I think Microsoft has way more money than EA. They could just straight up buy Take-Two and say 2K games exclusive to Xbox. Like, doing something like that would be huge. Or also GTA exclusive to Xbox.
Dude, that will never happen.
Never say never, man. People have their prices.
I mean, yeah, Microsoft gets desperate enough, they will definitely be like, here's $500 million, yeah, let's make this exclusive. You know what I mean?
Oh, they couldn't. $500 million couldn't get you Take-Two. Take-Two is worth $14 billion right now. So you couldn't buy Take-Two for that much. They'd have to do a
They
big
could
deal.
buy one of their games exclusive.
Yeah, but they could. No, they have. Microsoft's massive, man. People forget, they're a 650.
No, I'm just saying with that amount.
Yeah, but they're a $650 billion company. They could throw their weight around and acquire most of the games industry if they felt like it. But they don't. Like, clearly the management of that company doesn't care about gaming the same way that the people who work in the division do. Because where are the games? Like, Cuphead? Yes, good. But you can play it on PC, right?
Yeah, there's not even a heavy software rollout for the Xbox One X's launch. Like, nothing.
It's Super Lucky's Tale. Which is not... That's not going to move systems.
No, it's not.
It's not... I'm not trying to speak negatively about the system. I think it's... I don't know. I'm still figuring out how to review it properly. If you listen to this week's episode, you understand my dilemma.
I think that, no, it goes through rotations, right? So, like, Sony had, like, their like, really complex, launch of the PS3 where it was too expensive and everyone was buying it. And then, like, they learned, and then PS4 had a much better launch, and now it's Xbox's turn to kind of fumble at the launch and then try to get stuff back. And then eventually they'll get it and they'll, fix it, like they always do.
They're fumbling, like, multiple launches for this one console, though.
The thing is, like, see, now it used to be exclusivity, and that's kind of gone out the window because there's only like a handful of titles. And then it used to be, oh well, I don't have to pay yearly for PS3 Online. So like now it's basically the same stuff. Now it just comes down to what do my friends have? What are my friends getting? And how expensive is it? And if you can cut down that price point, I mean, their price point was too high. The Xbox One was too high. I was like, you can't, like, it needed to be at $399, not $499. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it needed to launch at.
But they shoehorned Connect with it. And it's just like, this whole generation for them was misinformed. Like, they shouldn't have shipped with Connect. They shouldn't have focused on television and being this living room computer. You know, I can't remember how many times it said television during the E3 presentation when they launched Xbox One. There's just so many misinformed decisions this generation. It's like, Xbox One X is too little too late, I think. But it's also, like, it's just a superlative. It's like the hardware superlative for no good reason. That's what's confusing to me. So you don't have time for another game, right? You gotta go watch your buddy Cam.
Yeah, I need to get ready. I need to head out.
Okay. Well, that's what was it, about an hour and a half?
It's almost a full hour.
Almost a full hour. That works. I think that's it. That's what the name of the show is, not Happy Hours.
Happy the hour.
Are we gonna do this every Monday? Can we do this every Monday?
Yes. We can.
We'll figure out the criteria on reality bites.
Yeah.
Like companies experimenting with releasing games on a Friday. This is really new to me.
Yeah, they are.
You guys realize this? Game releases always came out on Tuesday. And I think that was because it had to do with like the way the shipping companies worked. Like they get their supply chains, but now like they're holding it until the Friday. So like kids run out and buy it and play it over the weekend, I guess. I think this is a much better way to do it than releasing it on midweek.
I like the Friday. I like the Friday releases. I think it makes more sense. Greg, REVIEW. You spelled review wrong like 4 times today.
Where? Oh,
in Twitch thing, chat. Yeah. I'm serious. Like, do you have the name of your advanced English professor?
I'll hold on. I'll ban myself.
No. I need names.
Are we still streaming?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'll save my comment for after we're not.
There you go, Greg. I guess we can sign off so we can hear Charles' extra hot take.
It's not extra hot take.
It sounds extra hot to me.
If you want to hear the extra hot takes, you're gonna need to subscribe to Mercury.
That's right. $5 a month, ad-free Shack News experience, and some new features coming real soon. So thank you guys for watching. That was our first episode of Happy Hour. We're clearly still figuring out things like branding, and maybe we'll have an image that isn't Jabba the Hutt getting drunk next week. So thanks for watching. Keep it sneaks on the field, sits quietly on the bench. Hey, Axeman. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll upload a VOD of this to the inner tubes. It will probably be flagged for copyright because every video we upload is flagged for copyright these days. This shirt is probably copywritten. LeBron James is going to sue us. So thanks for tuning in. Charles sucks, so is Cam Newton. And
go Panthers.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Football.
Star Wars Battlefront 6 out of 10. Go check out Greg's review on Shack News. I'll go to our YouTube channel, it's Shack News Games on YouTube, because the guy who owns youtube.com/Shack News is a jerk. He won't even reply. Axeman says he doesn't know why I didn't put him in. It's a different game, buddy. It's a different game. But yeah, we're all ready for the football, right, Greg?
We are ready.
Cool.
And
thanks to Chris Gerard, Greg Burke, Charles Singletary. I'm Asif Khan. Go out there and do it for Shack News.